Stage 1 was quite a bit of fun, not too complicated, as long as you remember to stop in their correct spots to see all the targets, as you'll see here in just a second. Okay, we're getting ready to come up on the target that was missed by the most people, and that is going to be the one on the far left right here on the ground. That target was off by itself, so quite a few people forgot about it. Okay, stage 2, my favorite stage of the day. You got to do the most moving around on this particular stage. Go ahead and start off, get these 2 targets, swing around, get the ones right here to the far right side of the stage. And then you're going to go ahead and get the one in the back there, move to this side. Next you get the ones to the far left, then the far back. And then you got to make sure you don't forget the one target here, and then you go ahead and move to the back right here, get the ones in the middle and the ones on the far left, finish off stage. Okay, on to stage 3, which should have been another one of the fun stages if it wasn't for the jam that I get on this stage. And I gotta say, this is one of the weirdest jams I've ever had. What happens here in just a second, when I get to the back of the stage, I go to shoot through the window, and the case actually bounces off of the window frame back into the chamber, jamming the gun. Okay, here comes that weird jam, and the only reason I know exactly what happened is because someone standing behind me actually seen the case bounce off the frame of the window and back into the chamber. That's just my luck, though. Okay, on to stage 4, which I gotta say looks pretty simple on paper, but it actually ended up being quite a bit of fun because you actually do have quite a few targets kind of hidden in different places on this stage. You gotta make sure you don't forget. And then finally stage 5, which was definitely a pretty simple stage. Just went ahead and started on the left or right side and shot all the way across. Could have been a little bit faster if I hadn't had a few misses here, but this was definitely still a fun stage just to get to blast all these targets right in front of you. Okay, I was originally not going to show you the night portion of this competition because of how bad the gun actually ran, but I figured you might get a kick out of watching me try to clear this gun in the dark. So after the results for the day competition, we'll go ahead and get to the night competition. Okay, up first, stage 1 here. It's a little bit different than the day stage. They moved the starting position and one of the walls, so you did not have to back up in the dark. Made it a little bit easier. You can go ahead and get these targets right here and then just turn to the right a little bit and get these other targets. After that, you're going to go ahead and move to the center and get a few targets. And then after that, you're going to move all the way to the right side of the stage and go ahead and work your way forward, making sure not to miss any of the targets that are hidden behind the barrels. And you have these same targets to the far left there that a few people missed at the daytime and a few at night as well. And you go ahead and finish out these targets at the back side of the stage. On to stage 2, which was set up the same as it was during the daytime shoot, but quite a bit more complicated just for the fact that there is so many targets scattered across this stage and you are having to find them in the dark, so made it a little bit more challenging and quite a bit of fun. And just like during the day shoot, you had to make sure you did not forget to get this target over here by itself behind the barrel on the left side there. This ended up being one of my favorite stages of the night, and that could be slightly due to the fact this is one of the only stages of the night the gun actually ran on, as you will see here in just a second. Stage 3 was also set up the same way as it was during the daytime, and at this point I was actually having a pretty good time, and then the gun started to let me down, as you will see here in just a second. This is the gun jamming for the first time in the night portion of the competition. That is me pulling the drum out of the gun, racking the gun, putting the drum back in, racking it again to get it to run, and it did end up finishing the stage just fine. I was hoping that would be the last jam of the competition, but as you will see here in just a second, it just continued to get worse throughout the night. Even if the gun did jam on the day and the night portion of this particular stage, I still like this stage quite a bit. And now on to stage 4, which was the stage that I had the worst jam I've ever had in any competition I've ever shot, as you will see here in just a second, which I gotta say sucked quite a bit because this is one of the funner stages of the night. And what you're about to see here in just a second is one heck of a situation. I'm not 100% sure what happened to the gun because it was pitch black out there other than the light facing forward. But right now I am pulling the drum out, racking the gun, putting the drum back in, racking the gun again. Gun does not work, so I drop the drum on the ground, put my emergency mag in, rack the gun, fire a shot, and then it jams again with the emergency mag. So I had to pull it out, Rack the gun again, put it back in, rack the gun again to get the gun to run, and ended up running the rest of the stage. So that is one heck of a jam, and that is the worst jam I've ever had in a competition. And I ended up getting a 5-second penalty for leaving that particular target there because I ended up giving up on it because I couldn't actually see it. And come to find out that is because the flashlight was up against the wall and not lighting up the target. And finally, stage 5 again. This is set up the same way, but the only difference being you had to shoot the plate rack in the middle before shooting any of the other targets. And as you can see there, the gun jams again, which is kind of funny because I decided to run the stick mag in this particular stage just because I thought it might be the drum causing the issues, but I ended up finding out that I'm pretty sure that it was the fact that when it got cold outside, that the wax on the rounds was kind of drying up and not being as slippery, so the gun was not feeding them as well. So overall, I wasn't going to originally show this footage, but I figured it was kind of funny showing me struggle with this gun in the dark, so I went ahead and showed it anyways. And no, that's not my best finish in RFS, but I had quite a bit of fun even with the gun jamming. Definitely cool to get a shoot tonight. Okay, if you made it this far, just want to say thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you're looking for more FunNGun right now, you can click one of the 2 recommended videos there. If you're looking for more FunNGun later, you can go ahead and click that there subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. And if you're finding me from Facebook, go ahead and click that open app button at the top to make all that a lot easier, and I'll see you next time.